This is Fluency, Module 3, Lesson 35, and we're going to continue labeling those unit fractions as we draw quadrilaterals. So the very first thing they're asking you there is to write the name for any four-sided figure. And if you remember, it's a little bit hard to spell, but we do have a quadrilateral. So Q-U-A-D, that quad is the root that tells us that we're talking about something to do with four, and quadrilateral is a four-sided figure. So now you're going to draw a quadrilateral that has four right angles, but not four equal sides. But we still have to have those right angles, so that tells us that we are drawing a rectangle. And partition that into three equal parts, just like we did yesterday. And we are going to label that rectangle, whole rectangle, as 1. And then in each part, you're going to write the unit fraction. So each one of these parts is 1 of 3. So each one of those parts is 1/3. All right, let's look at the next one. Again, write the name of any four-sided figure. Well, we know. Let's see if we can spell it right off. Quadrilateral. Wow, my writing's getting sloppier with every one. You're going to draw a quadrilateral that has four right angles and four equal sides. So you know if you've got four right angles and you've got four equal sides, you have a square. Mine's not a great square. But you're going to label that, you're going to divide that into four equal parts. Again, wow, not very great either here. So we're going to label that whole square as 1 whole. And the unit fraction of each is 1/4. Boy, if I had done it a little more evenly, it would look a lot nicer, wouldn't it? All right, let's go ahead and go on to the next one. Once again, quadrilateral, I'm going to let you just write that on your own. Quadrilateral. And you're going to draw a quadrilateral that has no right angles, but it does have four equal sides. So if you remember, that was our rhombus. I'm making mine kind of big because I'm hoping as I partition it, I'll have room. So we're going to partition that rhombus into 2 equal parts. Label the whole rhombus as 1 because that is 1 part. And then the unit fraction of each part is 1 out of 2 parts, or 1/2. I hope this is making sense and connecting to what you remember from 3rd grade. Here we are again. Write the name for any four-sided figure. If you don't know that that's a quadrilateral by now, you haven't been paying attention. So we're going to draw a quadrilateral that has 4 right angles and 4 equal sides. We have just done this. I'm going to make mine a little bit bigger this time. Got a little crazy there. And we're going to partition that square into 5 equal parts this time. So I'm going to try to do that. All right, I should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 parts. I'm going to label my whole square as 1 or as a whole. And each one of those parts is 1 part of 5. So each one of those is 1/5. And that is what yours should be looking like. Again, as always, anytime on these videos, if I get ahead of you, please slow it down and take a minute to get it correct on your own and then come back and check. All right, I think this is probably our last one. The name for any four-sided figure, again, is a quadrilateral. So draw a quadrilateral that has 4 right angles, but not 4 equal sides. So this time I'm just to be different. I'm going to make mine long. Oh my goodness, that is very sloppy, but it's going to work. And we're going to partition that into 6 equal parts. So I'm going to divide it in half. And then I'm going to divide each of those into 3 parts. And I'm somewhat accurate. So that whole rectangle is 1 whole. And then I'm going to write the unit fraction in each part. Well, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 parts. So each of those is 1 of 6. All righty. Okay, let's go on. And now we're going to practice some division. You can do this any way you want to do it. So 348 divided by 6, I want you to pull it off and not pull it off, turn your video, pause your video so that you can do the problem on your own. I am going to do it, I'm choosing this time to, well, I'll stick with the parts, the whole unit parts. Okay, this can get, my only thing with this is you have to really be careful that you're counting carefully. All right, sorry about that little interruption on the speaker, but hopefully it didn't interrupt for too long. So we are looking at 348 divided by 6. And what I want you to, I will once again, we'll do it as using the unit value chart. So we've got our ones. Whoa, that's a really fat little marker. I did that because I wanted to have my dots a little bit bigger. So we have 348 divided by 6. So I have 3 and 4 and 8. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Might be a little bit too big. All right. So we're going to divide that by 6. So as I look at that, I can see that all of my hundreds are going to have to move over because there's not enough room for them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I've got to move my other one over. I'm putting them into sixes because it's a little bit easier for me to cross them out. And then my last one going over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'm going to move over to there. And let's start crossing off our sixes. I know I've got a group there, a group there, and a group there. And now I'll have to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, another group. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I can see that I've got 4 at the top. So I'm going to have to move my group over here. I'm going to have to put 40 over here into the ones. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Getting ahead of myself there. So I've got a group of 6 here. 2, 3, 4. And I've got a group of 6 up here. 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nice even way of getting that out. And I feel like that should have worked. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I'm going to double check my work on that because it doesn't seem like it's right to me. So, but it is 58 is my answer. The way I could check that is to say, well, what is 58 times 6? 8 times 6 is 48. 5 times 6 is 30 plus 4 is 348, and that's what I started with, so I know that I'm correct. All right, we're going to do another division problem, 2,816 divided by 8. Once again, I want you to go ahead and pause your video, work the problem, and then come back and see if you got the same answer I did. All righty, so we're going to go ahead and move forward with this. Decided to stick with my small little dots. It works better. 110s, hundreds, and thousands. And I've got 2,000. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 110. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here. All right. My 2,000s, there are not 8 there. So both of those are going to have to go to the next column. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, I'm going to start off. I know that I started off with 8, so I'm going to put that group down there. I have another 8 here and another 8 here. And then I have 4 groups that need to go next door. So those are going to go as 10s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's one group. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Two groups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Three groups. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 4 groups. So I'm going to cross off my 8s. There's one group of 8. 2 groups of 8, 3 groups of 8, 4 groups of 8. Then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, one more group of 8, and I have my top that needs to come over as a group of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alrighty, so I'm going to go through there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's a group. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, there's another group. It's nice when they all work out evenly, isn't it? So I have 3 hundreds, I have 5 tens, and I have 2 ones. So your answer should have been 352. And we can double check that by saying 352 times 8. 2 times 8 is 16. With that 1 going over, 4 times 8, 5 times 8 is 40 plus 1. And we'll move the 4 into the hundreds. 3 times 8 is 24 plus 4 is 28. 2,816, and that matches what we got to start. All right, look at the next one. We are going to start doing multiplication with double digits. And so as we're multiplying with double digits, this is what we did yesterday, a little bit of a review of that, and we're going to break these digits apart. So we have 40 times 22. Well, we can break that apart and say, well, 22 times 10 times 4, right? Because 10 times 4 is equal to 40. So now I can say, well, what is 22 times 10? Okay, so 22 times 10 is 220, right? And we times that by 4, well, we get 880. So that helps it break it down. It makes it a little bit easier to do the multiplication. If we look at 30 times 21, well, we're going to break that down as 21 times 10 times 3. So the 21 came right here. And 30, we decided to break apart into 10 times 3. It all is the same. We can do that. So we have 21 times 10 is 210 times 3. So when we do that, we can say, oh, well, that is 630. So 210 times 3, 630. Think about how you would break this one apart. This one's going to be a little bit more complicated, but not really terribly. So we're going to go ahead and go with 43 times 10 times 3. So 43 times 10 is 430 times 3. So this one we can do, 0 times 3 is 0, 3 times 3 is 9, and 4 times 3 is 12. So we turned our problem, rather than a double digit by double digit, we turned it into a problem that is something very familiar to us and that we've been doing. All right, the last problem here, 50 times 39. So we are going to put the 39 in first. We're going to multiply that times the 10 and then times the 5. So 39 times 10 gives us 390 times 5. And we can just do our problem this way. 0 times 5 gives you 0. 9 times 5 is 45. 3 times 5 is 15, and we'll add that 4 in. So our answer is 1,950. And hopefully that helps you to see that there's more than one way to attack a problem.